So what is going on, guys? This is Taste. I'm bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 commentary, as always, although this one's been a little later than I've wanted, because I've had like exams and stuff, and then obviously when exams are finished, we've all got to go out and get pissed a lot, because that's just what we do. And then we've got the Diamond Jubilee, which although no one gives a shit about, it's always an excuse for all the pubs to have offers and shit, so we all go out for that. I've been to the pub today as well, and Tesco keeps putting offers on wine. It's just fucking screwing everything up, and you will be able to tell from this gameplay I just haven't been playing Call of Duty. My accuracy's off, I'm not seeing people and everything like that. It's a crap gameplay, I'm going to be honest, but I really don't have anything better at the moment because I haven't had the time to get anything. But I should be reasonably back right now, unless something like really good or really shit happens in my life. It's not going to really change how much time I've got. I can only have as much time as possible. Anything that I ever had anything connected to is either gone or finished or whatever. So I have all the free time in the world. So I should be back properly, but you know, life is life. It's always going to be the same shit. So I should be good for this sort of stuff now, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to get back in the groove of things. But it's just a quick domination on people, like some of the alpha people and stuff like that. But I'm not going to talk about it today. What I'm going to talk about today is how I have been told tales of a time well before my own in which respectability was actually a sought after feature in another person, or something you'd work to try and get for yourself, and it does seem to be dead in society's basically Slutnation, as it really, really is. Like, you go outside and you see people, they just do not give a shit about what other people really think of them, or if they do, they're fully acceptant of the fact and aware that really, when you go outside and you try and look for someone of like the opposite gender, easiness has become so much of a more attractive feature than any form of respectability. And I'm not gonna lie, this is not the case for me. I'm not gonna preach to being a greater moral or something than anyone else, but seriously, I do not find that tends to be the sense. Like, I've had aspects where I sort of feel, fuck it, why not? But not into the sort of sense where this is actually something I look for. I'd far much prefer respectability, but the fact of the matter is, I'm nearly 20, and as far as a respectable girl goes that I've actually known, I've probably known like 5, and that's not because I sit in my room in a little fucking cave all day. Like, I go outside and look for these people, they're just not about. You just go out and you just see people that just fucking whoring themselves all over the place, especially if you're going out getting pissed and stuff like that. The amount of girls that go out just to like get pissed and try and get with someone. Mate, I'm definitely not saying this is any girls. Like, I hate the fact people sometimes do that. They just decide that they're going to see one person or have one experience and just completely sum up a gender. But that's a completely different conversation. But the main point that comes from it is that, or at least the one that bothers me most, because obviously I'm not victimised by the other, is the fact that people using the phrase like all guys, because apparently all guys are dicks or all guys are only interested in sex and shit like that. That's obviously not the case. And a lot of people that say it don't believe it. And I'm not sure if that annoys me more or less than the people that do believe it, because obviously there's the people that do believe it that have either just been told this so much that they have to believe it, or they've had a single experience and are basing the whole thing on it, because it just simply isn't true. Other than that, they may just be an extremely unlucky person and surrounded by utter pricks, but I really don't feel that is the case for that many of the people that think it. But that's regardless to the point of what I'm trying to make here. But because the point I'm sort of trying to make here is, at the moment, we're getting very much into the sort of Slutnation, as I said before, atmosphere, into which a lot of people are going out, and the sort of sexual basis onto things is so high. And I'm sort of not concentrating solely on the sexual basis, but like what they're letting other people think about themselves and stuff like that, and how that they are literally just whoring themselves out. I mean, I don't really have the vocabulary to aim at any other phrase, so that's the one I'm going to use. They are literally just going out, whoring themselves out, just showing themselves off for no reason other than the sort of Slutnation atmosphere that we have. So I sort of tend to wonder, like, is this another society issue? Anyone that sort of knows me or has watched several of my videos or probably knows, or could easily work out by listening through stuff again, that I'm very much in the belief that a lot of society is based in group behaviour over the fact of actual individuals, and how we can all have our own separate opinions that everything that's going on is wrong, but because individually we think this and we do not express it, we don't feel the need that we should go against what we believe everyone else thinks because of how everyone else acts. We simply conform into what we're doing. So although everybody hates what is going on, because everyone else is still doing it despite they hate it, we just carry on and do it as well, which makes then other people think that we're okay with it, which just creates a little vicious circle. I say little, it's actually a massive vicious circle of conformism. It's a fucking conformism hurricane, basically. It's just a massive swirl of everyone going, well, everyone else is doing it, so I need to do it as well, which means from another person's point of view I'm doing it, which means they need to do it, which means someone else needs to do it because we're both doing it, and all of that, and it carries on into that sort of situation, which is basically what I sum down a lot of the problems of society with. And when I say problems of society, like, I'm not talking sort of the fact, oh look, there's so many, like, I'm not talking into sort of things you go outside and you see, oh, there's a little group of people doing this. This is society's problem. No, I'm not talking about that. Society does not affect small groups of people. You can't go on like hooliganism or vandalism and shit like that because it's a small group of people to do it. You cannot say that that's what's going on. But things like the fact that everyone goes out and, like, I'm not going to profess that I don't go out and get pissed every night. I fucking do that. I go out and I get so pissed so often. But I don't do it to the same sort of, I don't know, I'm not going to pretend I'm better than anyone else because I'm really not. I know I'm not. And I'm not going to preach that I am. But a lot of people simply just sort of go out and get pissed and just, like, the knights on the pull, as people use it. I've just done hand quotations, not that you'll fucking know. But things like that, I've never really seen the point of, like, why do you do that? What is the actual purpose in gain here if we're not doing stuff like that? And I'm not even talking about people that should be doing shit like this. I say should be doing shit like this, but you sort of expect this from people in their 20s or nearly in their 20s and stuff like that. But there's people that are like fucking 12 to 16 doing this shit as well. And, like, I'm fully aware that this is only my opinion, and much as it may be shared by other people or may be pretended to be shared by other people, it does not mean that it is right or in any sense of sort of things like that. But I do not believe that people of this sort of young age should be going out for nights on the pull and shit like that, and going out and just to get pissed or have sex and shit like that. I don't think that should be going on, but I'm not going to profess that I'm right. I'm not going to try and force this upon anyone else. It's the main problem everyone has with religion and shit like that, and I'm not even going to go down them lines. That's just a stupid line to go down because you just get so much to say, and I'm not going to fit it in this video. I've practiced this commentary several times but not recording, and I don't think I'm going to fit everything I have to say in this video. So feel free to say in comments any questions or anything like that you have to have, or expand on discussion if you really want to, or just not say anything at all if you'd rather do that. I don't really care, to be honest, but if you want discussion, I'm really happy to have it. And because I don't see this as right, and what I find is the biggest problem with this is because of the nature of the issue that we're having, is because we're now saying that the bad people in society are the ones that are going out and doing sexually based things, and as a result of that you get a lot of teen pregnancy and stuff like that. It's teen pregnancy and relationships that aren't working, or things that aren't even relationships, like one night stands turning into pregnancies and stuff like that. So what you do tend to end up happening is you're getting all the people that are in essence causing society's problems, in my opinion, not in anyone else's, and or it probably is in other people's as well, but I'm not going to say it's right. But in my opinion, the problems caused by society are caused by the people that are doing all these things, and then all of a sudden you've got all these children that are in this position where they will idolise their parents, because everyone does. Everyone, when they're a child, they look at their parents and go, right, this is what an adult is. This is what someone who's grown up and doing well in life is. Because your parents, when you're a child, your parents don't have problems. They never have problems. Like, I have parents who divorce. I grew up as a child, and my parents were the people that I idolised and everything like that, because that's just what children do. They look at their parents and they take them on as role models. So if we're living in some Slutnation and you have some girl that's just gone out and got fucking pissed and pregnant one night and come back and decided that despite the fact she's 15 and can't financially support anything, she's able to have a kid and stuff like this and live in a complete shithole and still go out and get pissed and just fuck about with her life all the time, this is what that kid thinks is right, thinks is good. It's not even the sort of thing the kid just thinks this is done. This is what they think they're meant to do. This is what they think is the best possible thing for them to do. This is what people do. This is how people enjoy themselves. This is what I should do. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse, because what is in their essence is happening is the people that are looking for respectability, the things that used to be seen as decency, which are probably still seen as decency but not seen as something people want to be now, is something, I mean, maybe I'm just out of time. I mean, like, obviously I'm not old or anything, so I'm not looking back into my life, but maybe I look at other people's lives and what used to happen and just prefer how things I'm told used to be. I mean, I don't know how media highlights things. I know for a fact that in present day, media highlights what's going on at the moment is really, really bad. But what I know media also does is sometimes try and big up the past, saying, look, this is the problem, this is what's happened. But I see this outside. I see things happening. I see things happening rather close to me in some situations in which this sort of thing would happen. So I sort of wonder, are we going to have the massive problem because the breeding and the children, like the next generation, are being brought up thinking that the problems we currently have are the things that they should seek to progress with and become? But as you can see, I blatantly ran well short of time. I'm probably halfway through what I want to say. But the gameplay has ended. You're about to see a final kill cam right here. So I am going to have to wrap it up. Feel free to put anything in the comments, because I do want to continue the discussion. I can either do it in the comments or in a video. Let me know. But I'm going to have to shut up now before the gameplay ends. So I'll see you around.